Hey, Peaches! Producer Brian here from Fix It. Just wanted to let you know that we had some audio technical difficulties during this episode. So halfway through, you're going to be like, whoa, this sounds so much better. Yeah, we know. But thank you so much for coming and enjoy this episode of Fix It, Jurassic World Dominion. It's a totally normal episode. There's nothing crazy about it.
I can fix it!
Nothing you can't fix.
If you can't fix what's broken, you'll go insane.
It's Jay and Adam. It's Preview.
It's Preview's Fix It with Adam and Jay.
Hey, Peaches! Welcome to Fix It, where friends don't let friends fix pop culture alone.
I'm Adam!
And I'm Jay. And you're our listener.
Hey there, listeners!
That was good.
Yeah, I was channeling the Vlasic stork. I was trying to Vlasic listener. That's
I know this is
my
something
motivation was that stork.
I know this is something that I say to you a lot, but you could absolutely pull off the Vlasic stork cosplay. Like that's something that would fit your look pretty well.
I think it would.
Or like Robin Hood dress up as a stork to go to the competition.
Sure.
Yeah, you could do that too.
Nail it.
Nailing it. Hey everybody, welcome to Fix It. This is I'm Jay. This is Adam, and this
Hi,
is
I'm Adam.
I'm Adam.
I'm also Clem.
This is our podcast, Fix It, where we take little bits of pop culture, the nerddom, as it were, and things that maybe missed the mark, didn't quite get there, maybe just didn't cross the finish line the way we wanted them to, and we fix it. You may know us as Adam and Jay from the absolute juggernaut, the black hole of greatness that is our YouTube channel, Previewed, where we react to all sorts of content. Or you may just listen to just our podcast, which if you do that, just send us an email at previewedtube@gmail.com and let us know that that's the only way you know us, because that's fascinating to me. But
And me. Sorry, I was caught in the physics of what would happen if of us being a black hole. Like we would suck in all the content into our gravity well and then regurgitate it as gamma radiation.
I will say that's kind of how we feel. That's kind of how it feels right now with everything going on. With basically taping pretty much every day, it kind of feels like, yeah, it's just like, they're like, hey, you guys come do this show? And we're like, no!
Hey guys, Super Mario came out with a new trailer. Awesome!
The engines can't take it, Jim!
Everyone else, what happens when we push past Warp 9, alright? We turn into little lizards and have sex with each other. And then the doctor's gotta use the transport to turn us back into humans, but then we change the planet because we had little crazy Warp 10 baby eggs sitting there on a planet in the Delta Quadrant.
What are you talking
The
about?
plot of the worst episode of Star Trek Voyager! It's the worst episode of Voyager of all time. Paris and Janeway go past Warp 10 and they divert into reptiles. They boff, have eggs, they find them, transport them back with the last shots the eggs hatching on this random planet they saw in the Delta Quadrant. I watched too much Voyager as a kid.
I had too much. Maybe we do have too much free time.
I had too much free time.
No longer.
Nope, that doesn't exist anymore.
Speaking of which, how are you doing?
I'm busy, but also feeling really good. Because this past week, as all of our past weeks have been crazy packed with doing all the things. And then Amanda had her sisters come in, and we all went to do a escape room.
Yeah.
And we succeeded in murdering a woman through time with a missile.
You sure did.
It was really awesome.
I actually helped with some puzzles.
Not just helped, you solved puzzles.
Yeah.
You went in hey guys, just heads up, I'm not good at this. I'm going to be morale officer.
Because, look, if you're watching, maybe you're the person in your friend group that, is just happy to be involved, but you're dead weight when it comes to escape rooms. And that's usually this guy. We did an escape room with my family in Kimberly, and I helped in basically no way, to the point where Kimberly looked at me and she was like, it was the first time she was like, ugh. I was like, yeah, I get it. Yep, I'm not, yep. I I am very charming. It's my charisma score is way higher than my intelligence
Do
score.
I have to sweet talk any of these puzzles? 'Cause
There's no
did you call on your boy?
I think that's what it is about escape room. There's no face character in an escape room. It's like there's no one you have to like charm to give you a clue. You know what I mean? I'd be good at that.
Yes, you would.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, you were saying.
Oh, but we solved it, and Jay did a couple puzzles. Like, he just like, oh yeah, here's the pattern. It's this, and this. Like, oh, what the? Where'd you come from? And where's Jay?
I know.
It was quite good.
I know. And then the guy who was running our escape room recognized us.
Was a Peach.
Yeah.
His name was Gus. He was very good at
Hey
his
Gus,
job.
if you're watching, you're
Hey,
great.
Gus, good job, dude.
We had a lot of fun.
We did have a lot of fun. Yeah, I didn't. While we were leaving, we're like, we did it. We killed a woman. Fantastic. Huzzah. The victory is ours. And I'm leaving the room, and he goes, hey, by the way, I like your YouTube channel. And I literally blanked.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know how to respond to that, because A, came out of nowhere, and B was like, no. Wait, did he just say what I think he just said?
And I clocked it.
That doesn't make any sense.
I clocked it the minute he looked at us. That's why, Adam Lash, I want to play poker with you so bad. I will take all your money.
That's why I'm not even going to play poker with you.
I guess that's what, like, they always call D&D, like, nerd poker, and I think it's, like, that's kind of the thing, because I was like, we should have, like, a weekly game night kind of thing. I'm like, Jay, you do, you actively, you aggressively, you do. It's called Dungeons & Dragons, and you do it. So, that's completely fine. But, we're a little bit through the woods a little bit.
Yes, Cobra Kai is done. She-Hulk's only got one more episode. Don't worry about Anders got a lot, and Tales of the Jedi is coming. But we got a couple more House of Drugans, and only 2 more Lord of the Rings.
But that's one of the better. I feel like as much as we've talked about like House of Dragon like screwing up our week with like taking over Mondays, I think, and I'm actually glad that we finally came to the conclusion that it would be safe to put online because I think those are some of our better episodes that we've been coming out with.
They are.
And it's one of the shows that like is both a very like visceral good story, but also kind of gives the big moments.
Well, at the moment we have, if you want to watch us lose our goddamn minds over something, watch Cobra Kai. Watch us watch Cobra Kai. We absolutely love that show, and we lose our minds over it.
Yeah.
We spike the mic a lot.
If you watch one episode, just watch the finale because it's one of the best reactions we've done.
But
this year. On
the opposite end, if you want to watch us reacting to like a very serious show that is not funny in its own right, and we make it funny, House of the Dragon.
Yes, because it gets pretty.
Because it gets dark, but there are your boys shining a light. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Whoa!
I'm gonna let it shine.
This little light of mine.
Let it shine. Here comes Pinocchio. Gonna kill that Craig. Stab, stab, stab. Stab, stab, stab. Get his guts.
He really did kill that guy.
He killed that guy and then went digging for his soul. Pinocchio needs his soul. But the other cool thing we did this week, besides killing a woman through time with a missile, is we played Dungeons & Dragons.
Yes.
We
finally got bonus action in one room. The thing is that like scheduling is hard enough with just the 2 of us. But, like, with 6 people, it's a nightmare. And we're also dealing with people who, like, also either are DMing a lot of other games or playing in other games. And so it's the kind of thing where I'm like, guys, you need to make D&D a priority. They're like, I am. I definitely am. But then, like, this last, or it's like, you know, I feel like everyone's getting COVID now, and it's just like, guys, I think we have a date. And then, like, right as I'm about to send the email, it's like, by the way, I have COVID. I'm like, ow, nuts. Like, beans. Like, Adam saw me, like, kind of have just, like, a nosebleed meltdown. So I was like, I think I figured it out, bud. I think I figured it out. And then we got done recording our thing, and I looked at my phone, and I'm like,
scheduling is the absolute worst.
But here's the thing.
Yes.
These are all deadlines that we have put on ourselves.
We have.
There is no... We are and have the absolute luxury that we are producing this ourselves. Mm-hmm. We are using our own money.
We are beholden to no one.
We are beholden to no one. And it's fun we get to hire our friends and do all that stuff. But like at the end of the day, it's like there's a lot of pressure, but this is pressure that we put on ourselves. So if you're listening at home and you're doing the same thing, just be kind to yourself. You'll get it done. It's going to be okay.
It's gonna take a little time.
It's just going to take a little time. Take a little time, take a long time.
Jay, don't worry about. I'm just shining over here with my little light of mine. Well, shine. Look at it shine.
You don't even know the lyrics, and there's like 4 lyrics.
Watch it shine. Sparkle. Right? That's one of the lines, right?
Sure.
I did it.
Yeah, they should add sparkle into that.
Why not?
Why not? Why not?
So I'm good. I can't wait until we have a few more shows off the board.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Because like even like recording today, it was like.
Well, we're recording this on a Sunday. You guys listen to this probably on a Tuesday. But like usually we record these things on Friday because we have time to. And this week we didn't because we had a werewolf by night. It was out on a Friday, so we had to do that.
Yeah.
So
that ended up being really good, huh?
Oh yeah, it was great. This was a really great week for Marvel.
It was just. Was it the best thing we've ever seen? No.
But it was fun.
But it was fun. And it was like, hey, Marvel, yeah, every once in a while, just give us like a fun, silly little thing in your universe. That's great.
Well, the Christmas special with the Guardians is coming in a couple months.
1000%. Cannot wait.
Should we move into the conceit of the show?
I think we probably should.
I love general conceits, Jay.
General conceit?
Sir?
That's a reference you don't get.
But I'm Andoran.
It's Andir.
Ah, yes. Cassie and Andir.
Cassie and Andir. Hi, I'm John Wayne, and I look good in my sassy little wig. I'm not sure what my accent is. Is it British? Is it Western? No one's quite sure, but we're gonna start a rebellion. Senator Monmouth. That I didn't know that's who that
You
was.
did? Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's the same actress. I'm like, guys, I really did not pay that close of attention.
She was barely in Rogue One.
Barely. So Jurassic Park Dominion.
I'm sorry, I mean...
Wow!
With my little T-Rex arms. Or a Giga Magoogansaur. They keep coming up with, like, every new iteration of the movie. It's like, here's a bigger dinosaur than a Tyrannosaurus Rex. And it's like, here's the name of it. And I was like, I'm not remembering that name.
Which is fine if it's dinosaurs that actually existed. It's when they're inventing dinosaurs. I'm like, well, this isn't fun anymore.
I felt like they've been inventing dinosaurs every time.
No, not really. It's just the one like alpha that they've made in the first one that keeps coming back. But like Gigantosaurus, like the one with like the little horns on its head, like those existed.
Oh, okay.
Like we have fossils of those.
Cool.
Like, but yeah,
That does seem made up.
Yes, 100%. They absolutely do. But that's what's fun about dinosaurs. But it's like I think
mix them up. We can mix and match their bones and be like, hey, this is a dinosaur now.
Yeah, like those kids' toys. It's like, oh, it has a Brachiosaurus neck, but a T-Rex head and a tiny little rabbit body. How do these move? They don't. They just die. But they look cool. Fun. Okay, so full disclosure about this movie. We were prepping for this episode a while back.
The beginning of
September. When this movie was kind of fresh on streaming.
Yep, it came out on Peacock on the 9th.
And so this was a little bit more actually, current and appropriate to be doing as a podcast. But as I was about halfway through this movie was when I realized that COVID had taken pretty much complete and visceral control over my bodily functions. Because it was a day where I was like, hey, I don't know if I'm going to be able to record today. Like, I don't really have a voice. I'm not feeling good. And then my fever set in about halfway through this movie. And I don't really... a lot of it was just like, oh, they have a problem? The dinosaur gets in the way? I have a fever. I don't totally remember how this movie ends, but I remember having a pretty good idea of how I wanted to fix it. And then completely... The flood that was the fever washed it from my brain. But man, this movie sucks. All that being said, wow, this movie's bad.
It's not a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's not a good story. It's not a good end of a trilogy. It has a good thesis question of like, hey, can we share a planet with dinosaurs? And then it fails to answer that question. Well, I mean, it does answer the question at the end, but it's the wrong answer. It's a binary question, yes or no. At the end of the movie, they're just like, oh yeah, we can. Nothing in this movie indicates that we can.
I do not believe, at the general conceit of this movie, I do not believe that the dinosaurs propagated? Sure. As quickly as they did. And took over and integrated themselves so hard into human culture that fast. But well, even more so, what I don't believe is that people just let that happen. The thing that I keep coming back to is that, like, I was like, okay, what is happening politically in this country right now? Because I am voting for whatever presidential candidate, regardless of the rest of their politics. I'm voting for the guy that says, hey, let's get rid of all the dinosaurs, how about? Like, hey, how about there's T-Rexes and they're just out and we're just, I guess, just gonna tranquilize them? No. And people are like, well, they're dinosaurs. We couldn't probably do that. I'm like, yo, we as if Americans are good at one thing, it is wiping out species. Like, wow, did we get rid of the American bison? So good. We were so good at it. Was it a bad thing? Oh, it was bad. But we were really good at doing that bad thing. Like, there's no way we couldn't have taken out all those dinosaurs.
Yeah. Well, before we get too far into the plot, I think it's actually really important to kind of figure out why this movie was made, because it was really bad. And money. But also, remember, this movie was supposed to come out right when the world ended.
Oh. Really?
So this is one of the movies that's like, oh, it's coming, and it kept getting put back on the shelf because they refused to let this movie come out on streaming. They wanted to put it in the theaters. So there's a whole backstory of keeping this movie, because it should have come out in 2020.
Brian, you're shaking your head. Is that correct? That's not correct. Hey, here's a fun fact for all of our listeners.
Especially our watchers, though, because you guys will actually get to see this.
Yeah. Hey, viewers. We've got our sweet little producer boy, the king of the beautiful beans, in studio with us right now. Brian, was this movie supposed to come out before the pandemic?
We're gonna swap. Producer swap.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hi, Brian.
Producer Brian here. It actually only started filming in February of 2020, and then it shut down production then. And then it was one of the first major productions to come back in 2020, in July of 2020. And then over the course of all of that filming, they had a lot of COVID issues, so they would stop filming for a little bit. So it wasn't supposed to come out in 2020, however, it was obviously pushed back a couple of years. So that's the thing. Also, Adam, you said Tim Gunn directed the holiday special. He is a Project Runway.
Don't you fact check me!
James Gunn, I know that was a slip up. Jay, you said Jurassic Park Dominion. It's Jurassic World Dominion.
Okay, I'm starting to regret all of this.
Adam, it came out September 2nd on Peacock, not the 9th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but everything else is great.
Right, how much money did this movie make?
This movie made just over $1 billion. It cost anywhere between $165 and $185 million, so it made a lot of money. Stars Chris Pratt, Brian Dallas Howard, Laura Dern, Sam Neill, Jeff Goldblum, DeWanda Wise, B.D. Wong, Campbell Scott, Omar Sy, and a ton of other people. Directed by Colin Trevorrow, written by Colin Trevorrow and Emily Carmichael, who he found when writing, based on the fact that she wrote Pacific Rim Uprising. Take that for what you will. Future episode, Pacific Rim Uprising. Yeah, that's this. I watched it for the first time this week. I hadn't seen it. It is terrible. To talk about propagating the animals. How are all the non-swimming animals getting to other continents over oceans?
Can someone explain that to me? I would like for you to fix that part of it. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Also, like...
Well, the pterodactyls pick them up and carry them. They have, like,
Yeah,
a symbiotic relationship.
Anyway, I'm very excited to hear your fixes. My guess is that they're going to be so different that there's no winner. Like, it just what you're feeling, what you want this tone to be. That's my guess.
Great.
My prediction. Thank you so much for having you. Back to you.
Oh my God, Brian.
Great job, Brian.
Good job, Brian. At some point, we may come back to you. Just as a heads up. Keep your head on swivel.
Yeah, man.
Keep Google close. Mobius came out on the 9th to Netflix. Is what happened.
Oh, okay. Do you feel better about telling everyone that that's what why you made a terrible, terrible mistake?
Yes.
Okay.
Gotta clear the record, Jay.
All right.
Anyways, this movie's very bad. Let's start at the beginning. The movie starts off with a 3-minute now this segment of like, here's the world as it stands right now. And like, yeah, points to the migration of all these dinosaurs and somehow got over oceans since there's no land bridges to Asia anymore. Like, it's just like, it starts off poorly with just like an info dump. And also, it just seems like everyone now knows the ending of the previous movie. The government is aware that this 13-year-old girl hit a button and doomed all of us.
Yeah.
And like, they still like want to know where she is, but we can't find her. But oh no, oh well, but there are pterodactyls nesting at the top of One World Trade Center, like,
They're Quetzalcoatls, actually. They're much bigger. Brian, what are you going to say?
Morbius came out on the 7th.
I will burn this podcast to the ground. I do not appreciate you two.
We have too much equipment! Don't do it! It's uninsured!
But all this information is at the beginning of the movie. It was like, Joe, and the public's been polled. What should we do with the dinosaurs? And like, it was 35% of people was like, well, we should kill them. And everyone was like, maybe we should kill everything. It's like, that's not how. No, it's so much worse. It should be so much worse than what it is. But they just like, they needed to make it less of a threat for this movie to happen. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't even start off realistic at all.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels, that first scene with Bryce Dallas Howard and the other two characters from the second movie that are only in the one scene so they can get the heck out of the movie. Like, that's horrible. Like, the way that people are treating dinosaurs in this movie are horrible.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I think you're just trying to build up sympathy for me for your ending. When your ending is just not right at all.
No.
We cannot coexist with an invasive species that will murder us.
No. 100% not. But also it's like, you're not taking into account like the staggering amount of like, because even the herbivores become like quote unquote alpha herbivores. You know what I mean? Like there's a certain level of like the economic disaster that would be like dinosaurs to that degree.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have been allowed. But again, I'm also voting for whoever, I don't care what any of your other policies are. It's literally just like, I want to kill all the dinosaurs and put everything the way it should be. And a lot of people are like, but they're alive, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, nature decided they should be extinct and we screwed up and it's our fault. And what a shame. But like...
It is sad. Like that shot from Fallen Kingdom with the Brontosaurus up there on the pier, like, wait for me, oh no. Like, it's sad. What they were doing to those little baby Triceratopses or whatever at the beginning. Sad. It's horrible.
Yeah.
But these things will grow to destroy our ecology and wreck the planet.
Yeah.
We are doomed. 7 billion of us and counting, plus all these propagating dinosaurs cannot share the same resources. So, like, and it's not like a Planet of the Apes situation where, like, oh, there's a disease that's wiping out 90% of humanity. So, like, this is how it works. I'm sorry. If there was no disease in the Planet of the Apes, those apes would have gotten their asses handed to them.
Like, we've all seen the YouTube videos of, like, a deer accidentally stumbling into a Starbucks and, like, you know... busting up a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if that's like an Ankylodown? Like, what? Oh no, what happened to my local Arby's? Oh, it got smashed by a bunch of those, like, crunchy head ones. What are they called? The ones that smash their heads together? I can't remember what they're called, but they're cute.
Yeah. But they also just killed a bunch of people. So
Yeah.
that aside, the dinosaur issue aside, because this movie isn't even about dinosaurs.
No.
At all.
No, the villain of this is a bunch of bugs.
Yeah. This movie basically is corporate espionage / the Mission Impossible 2 plot.
Yes.
We have a virus, or locusts, and it will destroy everything unless you use a cure that we also seem to have, which is biosyn, science-made GMO stuff.
Man, the bad like company in this is so thinly veiled as
Apple.
They're called biosyn. They are sinning against biology.
Yeah. Well, but Jay the Y is not where you think.
That's exactly where I think Madison. But man,
It's in the bio. It's BYO.
or they have two.
Surprise! Surprise! 2 Ys.
But also, like, he's so obviously like a cross between like Tim Cook and Steve Jobs in a way that's like, I'm like, guys, I was like, did you even have to really give him the sweater? I was like, but also like, I don't know, like, I don't know, it just felt like so pointed, and I was like, man, who at Apple hurt you? Like, you know what I mean?
They weren't a big fan when they switched over to the USB-C.
Apparently,
Yeah.
yes. I mean, none of us were.
Gotta get a bunch of dongles now.
Even though
they work well, they're faster.
Even though the USB is becoming the industry standard, so they were leading the way on that. But that's neither here nor there, and that's not why we're here, and that's not why we're doing this.
You're right. The only good part of this movie, the only plot that actually kind of worked in this movie, was Maisie's existential dilemma of, am I a clone? What's my purpose in life?
Yes.
Besides, being an existential threat to all of humanity by releasing these dinosaurs and being the government's number one suspect in all of this. Like, she should be public enemy number one. The FBI should be hunting her.
Yes.
But besides that, her whole clone thing of like, what am I? What am I supposed to be? Do I even have a soul? Like, that part was good. But like, they only use that as you have magic blood and maybe we can cure cancer. Oh, and solve the dinosaur problem. That part didn't make sense. The part of her like being able to like have some technical medical breakthroughs because of her mom cloned herself and gave birth to herself, but without the genetic issue that she had. Like, that part, okay, but even that, see, exactly, it's like, wait, what? Her mom gave birth to herself and changed her DNA? Like, this movie is supposed to be about dinosaurs! Jurassic World! There's a dinosaur on the poster!
Yeah, it was just not...
I actually made a note. So the movie takes place, it basically it's an international kidnapping ring of like, they kidnap Maisie off from America, take her to Malta, and then take her to further into to Italy for this whole like dinosaur sanctuary BS. And the first person to die by dinosaur doesn't happen until 55 minutes into the movie.
Huh.
55 minutes into a Jurassic World
like,
movie.
Underground place.
Yes. Yeah. Once again, humans mistreating dinosaurs, and then that's the first person to get killed by a dinosaur. The first person to get chomped doesn't happen until a couple minutes later, and that they're running through the city, and that guy just on his scooter, just minding his own business.
Just get gooshed.
Just I was like, oh, dude, oh man, that sucks. It was so mean. Not as mean as the woman who died in the first film.
100%. The babysitter getting thrown up in the air by the pterodactyls, only get to be devoured by the big alligator, truly was a gigantic bummer. Which just, I think, speaks to the fact that, like, in my firm opinion, you know how you fix this movie in particular? You need to go back and fix, like, the first one. Like, legitimately.
Well, the first one honestly isn't too bad.
Or
restarting the park and having something similar happen.
Or it's just a standalone movie.
Or it just, I don't remember who, but somebody said, that there should have never been a sequel to Jurassic Park. It was good in one. They nailed it in one.
Got it in one.
And everything after that has just been reductive, and they can't replicate the magic from that first one.
In
Because
no way.
you need to come up with a reason why all these people and dinosaurs are in conflict with each or just around each other, and they keep coming up with worse and worse ideas for people and dinosaurs to be around each other. Granted, the worst one being Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
That was just the first half of that movie. If the whole movie was just the first half of just like them trying to save what dinosaurs they could before the volcano explodes, sure, ticking clock throughout the whole movie, they were able to save some but not others. Great. Okay, that makes sense. And then the sad ending with the Brontosaurus, like, don't wait for me, oh no. Well, we did what we could. We said, but we only have a few left. Great. But that was only like the first act, and then they're in a mansion selling stuff, and that's just you've lost the plot of this whole story, and now this is bad. And they were trapped by a horrible, horrible plot.
Uh-huh.
But honestly, the park part of this movie, because every Jurassic World / park movie needs to have some type of Jurassic Park-esque portion of the movie.
Yeah.
It doesn't start until 110 minutes. No, sorry, 110.
Yeah, but they're always in labs the whole time. Like, there's not really a lot of dinosaurs in this movie.
There is not. Here's the thing. They even were doing like the press for this movie. Like, there has never been more dinosaurs on screen than this movie. That is a lie. It's a lie. There may be more dinosaurs on screen, but you're not doing anything with them at all.
They only use dinosaurs when they need a conflict for a simple, lateral plot movement. They're like, oh, we need to go flip this switch. Oh, guess what's in the way? Another kind of dinosaur. I'm like, it's not like the usage of the dinosaurs, like from a plot perspective, just like isn't really there. It isn't like, other than like the trained raptors coming after them, it just like doesn't really.
Thank you for reminding me about that. That's dumb. That's one of the dumbest things. That's how does a laser pointer keep a target on somebody throughout it? Like, she just zaps them for a second, and they're like, oh yeah, I'll chase this person forever. That's not how lasers work.
They're really well-trained raptors.
Well, I mean, then all I have to do is this. I just gotta hold your hand out. Oh, just hold it. Oh.
Okay. You're making fun of it, but there is something about Chris Pratt that when he does that, I buy it.
From the first movie.
I don't know why. He just goes, huh? And I go, yeah, you know what? I'm sure that works.
I'd let him pet me.
I believe that works. Yeah, he could pet me. I'd stop whatever I was doing. It's me just like buying cereal at the grocery store. He's like, hold on, my, huh?
What's up, Chris Pratt?
Hi, Chris Pratt. Don't talk to me.
Oh. Okay.
Huh? Click, 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 click. I love the clicks.
I mean, clicker training. It works, man. It made sense in the first movie, but ever since then, it's just like, no, it doesn't make sense anymore for this to happen.
Yep.
And then more dinosaurs show up, and then our main cast is there from the first movies for no reason, and
because marketing.
True.
They were there. They were there for the trailers. They were there so they could put them in the trailers, and people go, "Oh my gosh, all my old friends." Even though, do we really love like Grant that much?
No.
Do we really care?
We don't dislike him.
We don't dislike him, but I'm not like, oh yeah, with all of his classic catchphrases, like taking off his sunglasses weird, and
then stammering when L's around.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. This movie sucks.
Yeah, it was not. It just was not what we needed it to be. It did not. It didn't satisfy any of the issues with
the main question
with the first or second movie, for that matter. Or it just doesn't. It is very clear. Like I think the fact that like dinosaurs are out and running around and are out of control are actually like a pretty good like metaphor for what is happening in the Jurassic Park universe. Is that they're just like. They lost the plot a long time ago, and all the dinosaurs are out of the pen, and they just are like, well,
I mean, remember the first movie. Well, I mean, the guy that
the bad guy in this movie showed up for a second in that one scene of the first movie. It's supposed to be the same character.
But they didn't explain that.
They didn't explain that. But I mean, I didn't catch it until I saw some of the reviews. And it's like, oh, it's the same. Okay, sure, it's the same guy.
Sure,
great.
sure.
But they were, Biosyn wanting to have dinosaurs and then them making a mistake and then somehow releasing them.
Did you say steak?
Mistake.
Gotcha.
Making a mistake and releasing them. That's a good movie. Of Biosyn actually winning or accomplishing their goal of getting some dino DNA and then doing their own thing with it and then making a mistake.
Yeah.
And then the dinosaurs are out. That's cool. Mm-hmm. That's not what happened though.
No.
It's a roundabout way of like having Biosyn still be in the story, but they're not the ones that made the mistake. When even from and this is from Jurassic Park, the first movie.
Steak?
I'm gonna tap you into nuts.
You just rolled past the first one in a way that Anyways, keep going.
They were setting this whole thing up from the first movie back in the 90s, and they couldn't even follow through. They had 20 years and they couldn't do it. Yeah. They made a mistake with the script.
Did you say steak?
Brian, you're hearing me say mistake, right?
It's from Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. I made a mistake. Did you say steak? Cool, man. Oh, sorry. That just really... I heard everything you said, though.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. That's not true. I was waiting for you to say mistake again. So, Adam, do you want to fix it?
I have to go first, apparently. Because
I mean, I can go first.
No.
You
told me I need to go first because you're gonna make a game time decision.
I'm gonna make a game time decision.
So depending on how well my pitch goes, will depend on what Jay says.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know what the options are either, but apparently, depending on what I say, Jay has two options in his brain.
Yeah,
and he'll make a call when he goes.
And hopefully, I don't make a mistake.
I hope not.
Cool.
Although, I mean, even if you did, it wouldn't that be big of a deal? Don't look at me like, we're in a punchy mood when we do this on Sundays.
I know.
Okay, so my fix. This is... my pitch is going to answer the central theme of the film of, can we coexist? The answer is no! Hell no, we can't exist! And this movie's going to prove it. So, we start in a very similar place. I mean, if we want to do something similar with the, hey, here's what the situation is, but maybe without some of the insider information of, Maisie Longwood is the person we're looking for. She hasn't been seen since, or all that kind of stuff. But more of if we do one of those internet shows of like, hey, dinosaurs have been running amok for
dinosaurs.
Yeah, dinosaurs.
Yeah,
for maybe like 18 months. I think it needs to be less time.
Yeah,
because in this pitch, they're not all over the planet yet.
No,
because
they just got out of one complex.
Exactly. There hasn't been a whole lot of time for them to...
And there wasn't that many dinosaurs.
There was not that many dinosaurs. Also, I don't think... It wasn't like a dinosaur arc where there was like 2 of everyone. It was like 2 of a handful of species and now even more species. That's not how this... You guys are just... Fine, whatever, fine. So it's like it's 18 months after the events of the first movie. So Maisie's like, 13-ish, 14. So I don't mind starting in a similar place. But there's no like baby dinosaur breeding ground where they're kind of getting like veal dinosaur meat or whatever.
Yeah,
it's weird.
But
and creepy.
also might be delicious.
Did you say steak?
No, I didn't.
Well, so there's no dinosaur cowboys or whatever. It's just things are starting to devolve, right? Maisie's in a similar place of like, why do I exist? I'm a clone. I'm horrible. Like, what do I do? You even have a soul? So she has similar questions. So she decides she wants to go to San Francisco because there is like a Lockwood, apartment complex or something. There's another Lockwood property there
Yes. Okay.
where there might be information that she could find to know more about herself.
Clickety clackety.
Exactly. She's a kid. She knows tech.
knows the
She knows
tech.
the tech.
She can Snapchat the information right out of there.
Sure.
Yeah.
So like so we see like dinosaurs starting to like as she's moving, or, she runs away from Claire and Chris Pratt, who's got a name.
I don't know his real name. I don't know his character name. I'm calling him Chris Pratt, and I don't
remember
Ed
his name.
or Ned.
No, it's
It's Howard.
No, it's definitely not Howard. It's a something though. I do not remember what his name
I'm
is.
just gonna keep saying wrong names because Brian is turning. It's like, huh? Are they gonna get it? Are they gonna get it? What is it?
Owen Grady.
Owen.
His name is Owen.
Owen and Claire. She runs away from Owen and Claire, and as we follow her going towards San Francisco, because they're in the Sierra Nevada mountains.
Sierra Nevada?
The Sierra Nevada mountains.
Yeah.
Which aren't all that far from San Francisco to the coast. So, like, it's.
Sure.
I wouldn't recommend a 14-year-old girl traveling on her own from the Sierra Nevada mountains to San Francisco on her own, but for reasons of this movie having to exist, let's say that she does.
Sure.
And as we follow her getting to San Francisco, we can see some of the impacts that dinosaurs are having on the state of things, like eating food crops and tree lines and just hunting domestic animals. Like, things are not great.
Oh yeah, man. Raptors would eat a ton of outdoor cats. Like, you would get them done.
So like she's seeing the impact of her decision, which was a bad one.
Yeah.
And it's now she's just coming to grips with it because like she made a mistake. So she gets to California. She gets to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And just before she enters San Francisco, we see her pass by this big, like government run slash I don't want to say like local militia, but like hunters or like local hunters like gathering to like we are going to try to herd slash kill a bunch of dinosaurs.
Wait. Back it up though.
Yes.
Did you say steak?
I did not. I did not.
Okay, so hunters.
Hunters, like government people, trying to. Jay, I'm trying to be a professional podcaster.
I know. Whatever.
So I have a question for you. How dare you? So we see something amassing.
We're not the serious ones. If they want to really talk about this, they'll go to Blind Wave. You know what I mean?
I'm sure Blind Wave has a much serious conversation about this movie than we do. So she passes like a big group of people going to hunt dinosaurs outside the city.
Yeah.
She makes it in San Francisco. She heads towards the Lockwoods property, penthouse, what have you. And because she's like basically public enemy number one, the government is out looking for her because they have information from the mansion stuff from the last movie. She, there's cameras all over the place. She gets a boop boop, like they pick up on her, like, oh, boop boop. Yeah, exactly.
No, I like it. That was fun. I just was parroting you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Boop boop.
So now the government knows she's in San Francisco.
Yeah.
So she goes, she's, bios scans her way in or whatever. She's able to get in. But flash over to the giant mob of hunters hunting dinosaurs and stuff outside the city. Something goes very wrong with that hunt. And they accidentally herd all the dinosaurs into San Francisco.
Yeah.
And so now we have, it's basically for the next couple minutes or the next 10 minutes or so, it's a natural disaster movie of dinos just running amok and destroying San Francisco.
Okay.
Like bridges get knocked out, like things go really, really wrong.
Yeah.
And all these dinos are now in San Francisco. So, oh no, what's going to happen? End of Act 1. So now Claire and Owen are like, oh, she's gone. Where could she possibly have gone? Whoop, whoop. Oh, she's in San Francisco. They've been making sure they keep track of her / also like if the local law enforcement's like after her and stuff like that. So like they get like, oh crap, she's probably in San Francisco.
Yeah. Because
that's where people are heading. So they start making their way to San Francisco, and on the way, because part of our fix was when we talked about this a month ago was like we need to keep all the main cast in from the first movie.
Yeah.
So my fix for getting them into this movie in a more realistic way, instead of like hunting locusts, is that since this is San Francisco is now turned basically into a Jurassic Park, for lack of a better term, because they're trapped inside the city limits right now. Lots of people are trapped in there. Claire knows of Grant and Ellie from the first movie because she ran the park.
Yeah.
So their expertise of being able to survive a park-like environment Especially after especially after the third movie as well, because Grant was in the third movie when he had that
was.
dream with that raptor who talked to him.
Shakespeare, man. Just really. Ooh.
So Claire contacts
You
them.
can just see the mirror that they're just when they're writing that scene. Like, what if we had a dream of the raptor talk to him? Woo! We're gonna make a lot of money.
Oh, by the way, and to keep what's his name in the movie as well, Jeff Goldblum. Although he's not a part of the main group going into San Francisco, he's in Washington doing basically the same thing he was doing in the normal movie of like talking to Congress, being like, "Hey, we're in a very bad situation. We need to kill all these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like we can't coexist." Like all that math stuff he talked about is like we are headed towards apocalypse here because we just can't. There's not enough resources for everything.
Sure.
This is really bad. So now, Claire and Owen and Grant and Ellie are all headed to San Francisco to try to find Maisie. But also, so is Biosyn, because they also keep tabs on stuff, and they have informants in the government, and they're still looking for Maisie too, because, special blood and clone and stuff and proprietary information, what have you. So now they send a group of people looking for Maisie. And now the government is also going, because the government's trying to solve the problem and, save as many people as possible.
Uh-huh.
So all our main characters get to San Francisco, and they go to, they meet up at a roadblock or whatever, just outside. And it's like, hi, we're trying to get to. They meet up with a contact that maybe Jeff Goldblum can hey, I know somebody who knows somebody who's like, hey, this guy can help you get into the city.
Justice Williams, because why not keep him in the movie?
What he's great.
He was so good in Detective Pikachu.
He was very good.
And the fact that we have not seen him this is I think this is maybe the most recent I've seen him in since Pikachu.
Yeah,
which bums me out because I think he's great.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he was very good in
The Quarry.
The Quarry,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Until you killed him. Anyways.
No, I think you killed that one.
No, you killed him.
No.
Yes, you didn't pull the trigger fast enough at the end, and he got his head chopped off.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. When you're right, you're right.
I'm
No,
right.
I did pull the trigger. You proved that I pulled the trigger.
I did prove it.
No, you proved it.
I did prove it. So the game screwed us. The game killed him.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
As much as we love playing those games,
Yes.
it is slowly deteriorating our friendship.
It is a little bit. It is a little bit.
Like, Telltale...
Supermassive?
Supermassive, there we go. I always confuse them with Telltale. I don't know why.
So they meet up with the government contact. Maybe it's Justice Williams. Justice Williams. Justice Smith. And
did I say Justice Williams?
No, you said it right.
Justice Smith?
Yeah, I Smith.
Did I say Williams?
Okay, so I don't know, but when I started looking up his career, I did type Justice Williams into the Google.
I think I said Justice Williams.
Yeah, and I couldn't find him. So I found like an American basketball player or something like that.
Yeah, the American basketball player Justice Williams. Who does he play for?
He plays for. Oh, Justice Winslow came up.
Okay, Justice Winslow.
Looking up
Who did Justice Winslow play for?
He currently plays for the Portland Trailblazers.
Okay, cool. Portland Trailblazers, Justice Winslow. Awesome. He's in this movie. He's our contact person.
Okay, so main characters meet up with the government guy. And like, great, we know what you're doing, and we would also like to get Maisie back as well. But our main focus here is to protect the population and get them out of the city and solve the dino problem. Here is a small contingent of SEALs, like a SEAL team. You guys can go in. You are like their, what do you call them? Not like translators, but like
they're gonna bounce balls on their nose and
Yes, exactly. Experts.
They're SEAls.
You're very funny and beautiful and pretty. I can't believe you solved problems and puzzles at the escape room.
The whole vibe of this episode so far, just from all the ups and downs that we've been having, is really informing which direction I'm gonna go in with my
Okay,
picks.
great.
It's gonna be fun.
Awesome. So, main cast and their SEALs, they go into the city. They start searching for Maisie because they probably know where she is at the Lockwood estates. So they run into the Biosyn wet works team who's also trying to get them. So they actually have a gunfight, and also we gotta hide, but it's drawing dinosaurs' attention. So our cast knows dinosaurs and the Biosyn guys don't. So they use their dino knowledge to kind of get environmental kills with the dinosaurs on these bad guys.
Yeah.
So then we start working our way through the city. There's obstacles, we gotta get to a place, but we can't because the thing's happening. We gotta figure out our jury rig our way around and be smart and clever and solve puzzles. they do. You know, we have like 20 minutes of just navigating the city as it is now.
Yeah.
To get to Maisie, we get to Maisie. Hooray! She learns the stuff about clones are people too, and it's okay. And she learns some lessons and like, hey, you have made a giant mistake. We need to solve this, but we need to like kill all these dinosaurs. Did you realize what you did in the last movie? Yeah, I'm really sorry about that. I will go with you guys, and I will. Here, you guys can have all the stuff in the Lockwood. Yeah. The government can have. Yeah, I'm really sorry. I will go with you guys.
Totally.
Great. Okay, now we got Maisie. Now we got to get out of the city, and that's also, of course, going to be proven harder than that it should be because Biosyn is still trying to run amok, and now they're killing off seals, trying to get to Maisie, and they don't care about anything else but them. But the government's done a pretty good job so far of like hurting the survivors and like getting them out into like an access corridor to get them out of the city.
Yeah.
So, okay, we got to make it back to this, the caravan of people leaving the city because they have like a nice little corridor where it's nice and safe and dino free, and they got, guns stationed. They got stuff set up to like repel the dinosaurs if anything were to happen.
Yeah.
Okay, great. The only problem is that and also at some point they're on like a cable car. They're hitting like some major spots in the city, because it's like also like a tourist movie for San Francisco.
Yeah.
Wouldn't this be amazing?
San Francisco.
If dinosaurs weren't here, this would be a great. You should come to this place.
Yeah.
You can visit this place. They get on a cable car, and they can do maybe like a little cable car chase. But of course,
With raptors.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It's fun in San Francisco.
Yeah, man.
Maybe they can run past like the Full House, in the park.
Yeah, man.
The
Just like Ankledon, like eating rice-a-roni. The San Francisco treat. Nailing it.
We're doing great.
Whatever happened to predictability? Milkman, the paper boy.
So they almost make it to the escape corridor with everybody, but at that point, Biosyn has enough people, or just throwing buys at the problem, that they're able to separate the team enough where they kidnap Maisie, and they're going to take Maisie. Their exit point is the wharf, so they're taking her through the city to the sea.
Yes.
They're going to route that way because the government's going by the land.
Great.
So okay, we only got a couple people left. We got to go save Maisie because if Biosyn gets this girl, like who knows what they're going to experiment on her? Who knows what they're going to do? These guys have been after dinosaur DNA for so long, and who knows what they would do with it if they actually got it. Well, we know because they make crops and they make locusts and they wouldn't actually make dinosaurs.
Yeah.
It's really dumb. I wouldn't actually worry about them, but whatever. So they turn around and start going after Maisie. Meanwhile, the escape corridor that all the survivors are leaving the city from is under attack by dinosaurs. So the government's kind of like now pulling like everyone back to protect the more people leaving the city.
Yeah.
So basically, they just run through the city. They do some more cool dinosaur knowledge. There's maybe there's probably like a T-Rex or some Brontosaurus, a Brontosauruses or whatever. And we have a cool fight between Owen and the seals and Biosyn, and they get Maisie right before she gets in the boat.
Is Blue part of that fight?
No,
Come on.
no, they're not gonna bring another dinosaur.
Yes, they are. Why not? Blue's cool. I like Blue.
Great, Blue's killing deer in the forest.
Okay.
Blue's not a part of this movie. There's no hand thing.
Oh man, can you imagine being a deer and being like, I gotta watch out for bears and pumas, and then a raptor shows up? Screw that, man.
That'd be nuts.
Terrible.
So Biosyn gets Maisie to the wharf, and then they kind of get her on the boat, and then like our good guys get to the boat just in time, and they pull her off, and then all of a sudden that big dinosaur from the second movie that got free comes through and kill all the Biosyn guys in the boat. They get Maisie to shore, and the government guys are like, great, we got her. Let's get the heck out of here. They get a copter. Sure, probably fly away. Save the day.
Oh,
This movie is a Jurassic Park movie.
yeah.
Where it's just like you just got to get to safety because that's
You just gotta get
survive.
away.
You just got to
go.
survive.
Yes.
And the main point of this movie is, humans and dinosaurs can't coexist. They'll murder us. They basically destroyed San Francisco in about 36 hours. So
And where will we get our rice-a-roni?
where? It's
Where
all
will
made
we
in
get
San
it?
Francisco.
What a treat.
So it's just basically hitting the same points of the Jurassic Park movie. It's now in the city.
I like that. I like that quite a bit. It's very simple. It's like right to the point.
All it needs to be is very simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and everyone learns like, you're right. We should destroy all the dinosaurs. All right. This sucks, but we got to do it.
100%.
So yeah, nothing super crazy about that.
No, I
one.
like that. It's right between the uprights.
Yeah.
Like that
that wins championships.
Yes.
Consistent 30, 40 yards
You
field
ju-
goals.
Yep. Yeah, you need 3 yards per down.
Yep.
That's all you need.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. Cool. Which brings me to my fix.
Okay. I feel like you're about to choose violence. Because this
That's
has been
exactly the term I was going to use.
Yeah, this is a very combative episode.
I have 2 different versions.
Okay.
And I will do them very quickly.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. So my Dominion opens up on it's Laura Linney giving a TED talk about, and we utilize this TED talk to like talk about like what has been happening with dinosaurs, and like her whole TED talk is about like the concept of like, you know, the true like following like the nature of like the environment, and like what not trying to like play God with science.
Mm-hmm.
And throughout her speech we learn about like what has happened since all the dinosaurs were let out, and yada yada yada, and like all of the ways that it's like affected society.
Sure.
It's like an info dump,
Right.
but it's more fun because it's Laura Linney and
Yeah.
not Laura Linney. Brian's just like
Are you trying to say it's Ellie?
it's Laura Dern.
Laura Dern.
Laura Dern. It's Laura Dern.
I mean, Laura Linney could also do it.
I
She's
was like,
great.
good recast, but we love Laura.
Yeah, we love both Laura Linney and Laura Dern here at except when she has cotton candy hair and is real mad at
It's
Star Wars.
Poe Dameron, who won't tell him the damn plan. Won't tell him the damn plan. Just tell him the damn plan.
Just tell him the plan.
Tell him the plan. All you wanted was the plan.
Why couldn't it have been an Admiral Akbar? Why did you look like you were from Hunger Games? I don't care. Anyways, Laura Dern. Yes. Laura Dern's giving a TED talk about
Yes.
everything. And we're learning about the world. And we eventually find out that like, yes, like we have taken care of all of the dinosaur problem. But we're not like outright like destroying a bunch of life. We are taking like all of the carnivores and predators are being dealt with,
Sure.
but the herbivores are being led they've created a preserve up in Montana.
Okay.
And so they're like there is some studying we can do off of them. Like any dangerous dinosaur, we're not allowing to continue.
Okay.
But the herbivores, we can, whatever studying we can do, we're gonna do, but all of these dinosaurs are female. They can't reproduce. We're just going to like let them run their natural course, but we're gonna study them, and then once they're gone, they're gone.
Fair.
And
okay.
then we can move on.
Sure.
So they created this huge nature preserve, like tall walls, yada yada yada. And then we cut to Owen, who is. I actually liked the scene of them capturing the plesiosaur.
Okay.
I liked that,
Sure.
and I like the idea of him capturing the plesiosaur because he's trying to like get dinosaurs to the preserve.
Sure. Yeah.
Like he's working for them.
Yeah.
And them running into poachers, being like, and that whole scene, like, yeah, it's probably like $500,000 in this dinosaur, huh? Yeah, I bet there is. Like, and that actually scene makes more sense if we know that they're like specifically trying to preserve them, because that scene didn't make any sense. Because I was like, well, what are you doing with this dinosaur, Owen? Where are you taking it? I don't understand.
Good point.
And so that kind of sets up where Owen is, and so he's like relatively near the preserve. And then we cut him coming back to Maisie and Claire in the house, and they're trying to keep her safe. Like they're hiding her again, like in the movie.
Right.
And then we find out Claire's like, "Oh, hey, that guy who has been talking to you online, he's just texted me. He's supposed to arrive today about meeting our friend." And he was like, "Oh, that's today?" And she's like, "Yeah, it's today." And then the car pulls up, and it's Dr. Grant.
Oh, okay.
And he shows up, and he's just like, I heard you have a raptor. I'd very much like to see it."
Okay.
Well, because Grant he's been so obsessed with raptors.
Sure. Yeah.
But like I heard like you have a raptor that like I can actually get close to and like study.
Right.
And so they're there, and like he's like meeting Blue and like meeting all of that and like going through all the process, and he's just like fascinated and like his mind blown about it the whole time. And then he's just like, I'd love to like, he was like, I got about a week. If I could just like hang out here and just like kind of experience this, that'd be great. And they're like, oh, awesome. Like another like, you know, another dinosaur enthusiast. Absolutely. And he's like, you're not supposed to have this. And they're like, no. So like, we're taking a huge gamble on you. And so, that night, I think it's the same thing. Like the poacher guy narcs on him.
Poacher
and so
guy.
Blue and Maisie both get taken.
Get yoinked, yeah.
But Owen at this time is smart and has put a tracker on Blue. So he thinks that like maybe Blue got captured and Maisie like chased after whoever took them to get Blue back.
Mm-hmm.
But then he realizes that Blue has a track. Like when he checks the tracker, Blue is in the middle of the preserve.
Huh.
And he's like, that's the whole point of the preserve is that there's no predators there. That's not where Blue should be. And they're obviously freaking out about Maisie, but they're like,
but also, yeah.
Okay. They're like, that's probably where Maisie is too. Like, or Maisie's in the preserve. Like, that's not safe. Like, we gotta go.
Right.
And they're like trying to figure out, like how to get into the preserve because there's huge walls. Like the security is nuts. It's crazy.
Should be.
They can't figure out like who exactly to talk to. And then they like slowly like figure out like through researching the facility that they're still running old, they're still running like kind of some of the old security tech.
Okay.
And so they go to our favorite Trailblazers house. Justice, what was his name?
Smith?
Not
Justice
just.
Williams.
It was in my mind. It was Justice Smith.
Justice
but
Williams?
Justice
Wilson.
Justice Winston.
Justice Wilson.
Justice Wilson.
Justice Winslow.
Justice Winslow.
And Carl.
Carl Winslow. Justice Winslow, the Trailblazers. They go to his house, and and we figure out that he is the grandson of Samuel L. Jackson's character in the original Jurassic Park.
Oh, hey, there we go.
And they were like, "Hey,
that's a good
like,
tie-in.
Did your grandfather like leave any like tech lying around or like any of his old computers?" And he's like, "Yeah, like we kind of have a little shrine to him. Like we're really proud of him. Like we know Jurassic Park like turned into this whole like became a whole mess, but like it was really cool that he worked there." And so they kind of go through his old
stuff,
all of his stuff, and then figure out that there's like a way to hack into the system. But Justice Winslow is like, "Hey, you with this old tech, you have to like I'm gonna have to be on site in order to like upload like to get through this security footage."
Sure.
And they're like, "Oh, okay, fine." So he comes along with them. They go up to the wall, and like sneak through an outpost, like a security outpost. The password being "Hold on to your butts." It's great.
All right, that's clever.
And so they are in effectively another Jurassic Park.
Mm-hmm.
And they have to make their way into like the center facility. But as they're going through, like, you know, they see all the dinosaurs and it's really cool and everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is so cool." And you know, Grant's like, you know, taking his glasses off all hither and yon. But like it, as the sun goes down, they have to like find a place to
camp.
Mm-hmm. But then they can see like the facility like off on the horizon, but like they see like a lot of like weird lights coming off of the facility. And when the weird lights start flashing, like all the dinosaurs like in the area kind of start going berserk and kind of freaking out. And like I imagine they're camping up in a tree, and one of the, like an ankylodon like hits the tree with his tail and like knocks a couple of them out of the tree. Sure. And it's like it's going nuts, and like Grant gets pinned down by like a bronze or a triceratops. It's like and it's like freaking out, and it's gonna like kill him. But then all of a sudden, there's a laser blast that hits the triceratops right between the head, and rolling out is everyone's favorite Agent K from the Men in Black. Yeah, that's right. Agent K from the Men in Black. We're adding the Men in Black into Jurassic Park Dominion because this movie is so stupid. I feel like they should have to be in this movie.
Wait, we gotta pause for 1 second. Brian, did you know about this?
No, I had nothing to do with this. I had absolutely nothing to do with this. I did not know about this part of the story.
Okay. So Agent K is there, and he's like, "I'm from the Men in Black. You guys saw those lights? It was just gas balloons." And they're like, "No, it wasn't." And then we find out that Agent is like, "Hey, aliens have decided to help humanity in its dinosaur and genetic pursuits." And they're like, "Why would they want to do that?" It's like it's like world domination, baby. And so we finally get to the base with Agent K and Dr. Grant and all of them, and we find out that they are training raptors.
Yes.
To like be like war machines, basically. They're
Sure.
basically like building like alien war machines on top of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And they're training them, but like also like having like alien technology like
Sure.
on their back. Like, can you imagine the toys they'd sell like crazy?
Yes, they would.
But Maisie is we come to find out that the one thing they couldn't get past was the fact that all the dinosaurs were female. But Maisie has in her, like, because she's a clone, it's hidden in her DNA the ability to breed male dinosaurs, so they can continue to propagate more dinosaurs.
Sure.
And Blue has been like transformed into like this cybernetic, like murder raptor, like with alien technology.
Okay. Is Turok the dinosaur hunter showing up at any point in this pitch?
No.
Okay.
No, but
I feel like you're building towards a
is-
Turok movie.
It is. No, but that's good. I like that too. You know what? And then Turok shows up.
Brian, did you know about this?
No.
The stuff he told me was way tamer than that.
But he was just like, but Brian earlier was just like, or you could just like go nannerboats. And I was like, I hated this movie so much that part of me just wanted to like completely just like, yeah, make it a Men in Black crossover. Why not?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're not really doing anything with Men in Black right now.
Yeah. And so, but the thing is that they, Owen still has his connection, to Blue. So through fighting all the dinosaurs, he like connects with Blue, and they get Blue out of there, and they like find like a separate little base on this huge preserve.
Sure.
Like has the lab tech and stuff. And so they figure out from the help of Agent K and the Men in Black that they figure out through rewiring through our friend Justice Winslow from the Portland Trailblazers that they can also create their own like advanced alien tech dinosaurs.
Okay.
And so, but they only have herbivores to work with. So like they got like Triceratops and Stegosauruses and Brontosaurs, and they like turn them all into like alien death machines. And then there's this huge it's huge like Chronicles of Narnia standoff in the middle of a field.
Okay.
Just cybernetically enhanced dinosaurs, and they fight and fight and fight, and then eventually Blue is left standing with Owen, and of course Agent K is brutally ripped in half.
Oh,
by
no!
Cybernetically enhanced Gigantosaurs. It's terrible, but then we'll get another Agent K. It'll be fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's more that it's Will Smith had a short shooting schedule.
Oh,
he just
okay.
didn't have a lot of time, so he
Sure.
had to rip him in half. Not before like dropping his his little memory atomizer.
Sure, yeah.
And so basically all of the cybernetic robots are destroyed, and then Tommy Lee Jones shows up and is like, "Hey guys, we gotta." He like boops everybody, and then like everything goes back to normal, and that's the end of the movie. Okay, version 2.
Version 2.
Okay, version 2.
Okay.
Version 2. Okay, so Grant shows up and is like, "I want to see your raptor, please. I want to see your raptor, please." And they're like, "Oh, okay, great." And then he's like, "I'm gonna have to probably spend a week here with the raptors." And then all of a sudden, there's a huge beam of light, and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Brian, did you know about this one?
I didn't know about any of these.
It's
My suggestion was like, wouldn't it be funny if like ghosts of like
past like Jurassic Park like characters came back to help them as like because they were so like
I'm getting there.
nostalgia heavy.
All of a sudden, there's a beam of light, and Arnold Schwarzenegger steps out and says, "We have to go back and save humanity from the dinosaurs." It's a Terminator, and they go back in time through Terminator time travel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's Claire and Owen and Dr. Grant, and of course, everybody's favorite, Justice Winslow from the Portland Trailblazers.
They all travel back in time naked.
They go back to original Jurassic Park. And here's the thing.
Okay.
Their job is to go back into the original Jurassic Park and make sure that like their visit to Jurassic Park goes perfect. That nothing goes wrong and everything ends up fine.
Jurassic Park?
One. The first
Not
one.
Jurassic
so
World.
It's all of them like
Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park.
The first movie.
Because if the original Jurassic Park succeeds on that first, like, it has enough momentum to, like, get there and the dinosaurs are fine. But, like, if that one night that goes wrong, it ruins everything. So they have to, like, go back, but they can't be seen. So they have
We're
to...
Back to the Future
They're
this.
Back to the Future 2ing.
With the Terminator.
With the Terminator.
And Justice Winslow.
And Justice Winslow from the Portland Trailblazers. We go back and they're like fixing all this stuff and like make sure all the electric fences work and like all this stuff.
Right. Sure.
And then we get so they fix everything, everything's fine. And then they go back to their regular time. But then they find out that this was not a good Terminator. That the only thing that was going to help defeat Skynet was dinosaurs. And so having Jurassic Park go well and all the dinosaurs are properly contained, Skynet does not have a dinosaur uprising that eventually stops Skynet. Twist.
The big twist.
Yeah.
So like it ends on a cliffhanger of now them stuck in a bad future, having to go back to fix the mistakes from the past, or are we just stuck in the bad future now?
No, the thing is that future's fine. It's just Skynet's eventually coming.
Oh, okay.
When Skynet? Eventually.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah. Okay, third version.
Shut up.
Laura Linney is working in a bakery, and she has lost the meaning of Christmas.
If you guys were wondering when this podcast decided to jump the shark, it was the Jurassic World Dominion episode.
Look, I'm not going to do this all the time, but this movie was so stupid that I was like, you know what? Screw it. This movie sucks.
It's not great. This movie's really not that great.
Your fix is correct. Your fix is correct.
It needed to be kind of like a park situation. They went away from the park. They went away from the horror, the jump scare, the little bit of the tension.
Yeah.
The first trilogy, even though the 2 and 3 weren't that great, had more tension than the sequel trilogies did.
100%.
And that's what made them good. Well, good, okay, and
yeah.
100%.
So,
yeah, but that's again. Whoever said that quote about like, "Hey, this should only been one movie," was very. I mean, even though this franchise has made billions of dollars,
yeah,
people want to see dinosaurs on screen.
Well,
they want to see
they'll keep
humans
making
fight
them.
dinosaurs.
Yeah,
if you want to see humans fight dinosaurs, hey, Turok is available. A Turok movie?
No, those
That
games
might
were
be
awesome.
That
too.
might be pretty good. A dinosaur hunter?
Yeah, and there's a lot of Turok comics to like mine from.
There are. Also bodes well possibly for Horizon. There's a lot of robot dinosaurs in that.
Oh yeah.
So you want to see people fight dinosaurs? Maybe give your girl Aloy a chance when she comes out.
That. So,
but you're right. This movie, was not.
This movie honestly, I liked Morbius more than this movie.
I guess, yeah.
Because like it's only because Morbius is not trashing a classic. That's the only thing Morbius has on it. That it's not just like it's not dancing on anything's grave.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the thing. It's just like, oh, how the mighty have fallen. Wow, wow, wow. But also, man, cybernetic dinosaurs. I'd buy all those toys.
But, I mean, yeah, the Dinobots were one of the biggest sellers for the Transformers back in the 80s.
Crabsolutely. Crabsolutely. Well,
we did it.
I guess so.
This has definitely been a podcast.
I think this is the part where we let Brian in to tell us all the things that we got wrong that he's been taking very meticulous notes
All right,
about.
we're swapping. Producer swap.
Or you can swap. You can swap with me if you want to
I
stay
can
in.
sit between you.
Yes, right between
One shot.
the space between.
All right. So, first let's start with Agent J is Will Smith and Agent K is Tommy
shoot.
Lee Jones.
I thought so.
I saw Adam head tilt on that one.
All right.
Fun fact, you may or may not know this, the 21 Jump Street sequel was supposed to be a Men in Black
That's
crossover
what made me.
movie.
That's what made me think of it.
I'm not sure if Adam was joking, but Biosin's Y is between the S and the N, not between the B and the O. But I just wanted to clarify that because I laughed at that joke a lot. It was very funny. 6 billion over 6 movies ish is what these movies have made. Jurassic World Dominion, the one you just talked about, I guess, on Rotten Tomatoes has the lowest score at 29%.
Wow.
The only great thing to come out of the Jurassic World franchise is the Velocicoaster at Universal Orlando. Adam, you know who said the quote you were talking about? Who? The director of this film, Colin Trevorrow. No! Yeah. He basically was saying that that line is taken out of context. Essentially, he's saying that, like, no movie should have gone back to the Jurassic Park. Like, that's a standalone movie and everything should have built upon it. And that's why he was proud of his change, that, like, he was, like, bringing it outside into the world. But he's also right in that that's the only good one. Let's keep it there. I thought it was so funny that the director said this about this one. Yeah, you guys were mentioning the hand. It's weird because he only trained the 3 raptors and Blue. So any other dinosaur they held his hand up to was not trained to understand that. So that was fascinating. This takes 4 years after Fallen Kingdom, not 18 months. And it takes around 4 to 5 hours to get from the Sierra Nevada mountains to San Francisco, if you were curious. Yeah, that's all I got.
Is that what you're just like clickety clacking it about over there?
Yeah, I was like Google Mapsing. The closest like point on Google Maps to San Francisco. Yeah, so that's those are the corrections and pieces of information that may have interested you. Thank you so much for having me.
All right.
Yeah.
It's so fun having you physically here.
It is. Because I like being corrected. I like Jay being corrected to his face.
I saw your Riker sit down.
I always Riker sit down.
I know.
I'm too tall.
I know. No, but you also just like doing it. Let's not.
I do like stepping over
Yeah.
things.
Well, thank you guys so much for listening.
Thank you for sticking with us for this one.
This one is all over the place, but honestly, rightfully so. That'll be the marketing for this. It's like
it is.
We missed the window of this being relevant, but it's buck wild.
Much like this movie didn't actually answer its central question.
In any way.
Neither did this podcast.
In any way. But if you are listening to this podcast, thank you so much for listening on the audio format. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever, if you wouldn't mind just leaving us a quick review, a little 5 stars, maybe a little like, great job, guys. We liked it when we love Justice Winslow. Go get him, Trailblazers. That would be great. It really does actually. It's a huge help. Also, if you are watching this on YouTube, please like, subscribe, hit that bell. Just do that YouTube that you do so well. Guacamole is extra. You shouldn't have to tell you how to do this. It's not that hard. We appreciate you guys. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your laughs. We appreciate your souls that we are slowly stealing with this podcast.
Don't tell them, Jay.
Yes, Operation Pinocchio commence. As we end every episode here at Fix It, heartbreak feels good in a place like this.
It's the slow raptor, Jay, that draws your attention. And then it's the fast one from the side that gets you.
Did you say steak?
I swear to God.